believing. That's the first component of suffering and healing. Number 2, be open-hearted. The second thing that you've got to do when it comes to suffering and healing is to be open-hearted. I believe that's what verse 13 is all about. James puts it in a series of questions. He says, is any one of you in trouble? You should pray. Is anyone happy? You should sing songs. Is any one of you sick? You should call for the godly people in the church to come and to anoint you with oil and to pray over you, because the prayer of a righteous person counts a great deal in God's economy. But you've got to be open-hearted about it. You've got to open yourself up. Do you know what suffering does to a lot of us? It closes us up. Well, of course it does. Pain hurts. And when you go through pain year after year and month after month, and you're suffering and you're hurting, it closes you up. You begin to become trapped by your circumstance. Of course you are. And what James is saying here is, be open-hearted. He asks the question, listen, if you're in trouble, pray. If you're happy, sing songs. If you're sick, open yourself up and go to someone, which leads me to the third one. Be humble. Be humble. Verse 14 is one of the hardest verses for you and me to think about. Be humble. It is a very humbling thing sometimes to realize that you need to go and tell someone else exactly what it is that you're going through, open-heartedly, believing in God, and ask them to pray for you. Now, for some people, you say, but of course I'll ask someone to pray for me. I believe, my friends, that there are far more people who suffer in silence than there are who suffer and who get people to surround them in prayer. I understand your silence. Nobody has a right to know, but God tells us to go and find those people and ask them to pray. Humble yourself before the Lord, number one, and before your fellow godly people, and invite them to pray. So here it is. Be believing, be open-hearted, be humble. Here's the fourth one. Be expectant. Be expectant. The prayer of a righteous man availeth much. The Bible puts it in this context, is powerful and is effective. Be expectant. Watch this. Watch this. I want to tell you something, folks. I believe that God not only hears our prayer, but I believe that He answers prayer. Do you believe that? I believe that God will answer your prayer and our prayer. He does that. He's proved that to us time without number. He's told us what to do, to never quit. Be believing, be open-hearted. Let yourself be filleted in His presence in the context of your suffering and your circumstance. Be humble. Come and say to someone, I need prayer. I want you to pray for me. How does God work? God uses physicians, nurses, medical technology. He uses circumstance. God can use any means at His disposal for you. But I can tell you what God will also do. If God chooses to do it, God will reach down from the portal of heaven and He will heal you. I believe it because He says it.